Welcome to another episode of Hobbies My Wife Hates. Today we're going to paint the Shadows of Brimstone Trederran Dragon Fire team. We're going to use the Shintaro Core faction colors, which is a samurai-based army with an emperor that they worship, with the goal of reclaiming Trederran in the name of their emperor. So let's get to painting, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Okay, so we're going to begin with a base coat of Speed Paint Murder Scene. I'm going to paint all the clothing areas. And we'll let that dry a few minutes. Okay. Now that that's dry, we're going to take some Abomination Gore. We're going to do a light dry brush. Abomination Gore is my go-to red. It's not too bright, not too dark. It's just an all-around excellent color. Fortunately, it's been discontinued when Army Painter released their new Fanatic range. I'm sure there's an equivalent, but I don't know what it is. So I went and ordered like 5 or 6 bottles of this stuff on Amazon. Should last me years to come. See, we missed a spot. And we'll do some highlights again with that Abomination Gore on the folds of the cloth. And on the edges. I made a whole I painted up a whole faction of both the Union and the Shintaro, so that Union has some guys to fight when playing with the strike team. going to get the highlights on areas light might hit. This little area with my dry brush. Okay. And with that, we've got the main red areas done. Okay, well, the next thing we've got to paint are the leather areas. We need hardened leather. And see, suddenly, by painting this leather, it really makes the model pop. Oh, the gloves. And finally, the gas mask. And we'll just let that sit and dry. I almost forgot to paint his other glove. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to paint the metal areas using broadsword silver. So we'll begin with the knee pads. Okay. And then we're going to use a bigger brush to get his backpack and gun, flamethrower. Be careful not to get any on the wood grain of the stock. Okay. And his canisters. Do some touch-ups in areas we missed. And we'll let that dry. Next, we're going to use the Grim Black to paint all the tubes. Grim Black is almost like a dark gray. All right. Tubing is complete. We'll let that sit and dry for a few minutes. One area we missed with the metal. There's the mouth nozzle, where the filter, I guess, would go. And we're going to paint the lenses white because we got some leather on them. right. We'll let that dry. Lenses are the last thing we'll do before giving a special touch for the Shintaro Core. The next step will be to do the buttons, the buckles, and to highlight some of the metal areas. For that, we're going to use gunmetal. It's just a little brighter than the other metal we use, and that's because we kind of want it to stand out. This looks like we got all the belt buckles and buttons. Now we're just going to do a little highlight on the metal areas. I just want to get the areas where the light would hit. One of these days I want to experiment with non-metallic metals. But right now, I'm not brave enough to try that yet. We're just highlighting the top of the metal areas. Again, anywhere where the light might reflect. Not getting the whole gun, just parts of it. Tough as mask. Top of his knee pad. Now, by using speed paint for most of the miniature, we are able to avoid having to use some kind of wash or a tone. And we have a few things left to do on the initial miniature. Next thing we're going to do is the wood grain on the rifle stock. On the flamethrower stock. We're going to use dark wood. Now it's time to do his lenses. For this, we're going to use Lens Flare Glow. It's a brand new effects paint from Army Painter, part of their new Fanatics line. Got to shake it really good though. That makes a really nice, bright, almost neon yellow. A neon yellow. We're going to let that dry. I'm going to put one more coat on the lenses. And with that, we'll let it dry. The last thing I want to do is I want to add some other color to it. These little triangles on the back of his canister. I want to paint with Zealot Yellow. Okay, and with that, the basic model is done. You could stop there, or you could try to enhance it a little bit. Right now, they just look like standard Trederrans. So I want to make these, give these guys an individual touch that would be more appropriate with the Shintaro Core. The Shintaro Core sounds like it's got a kind of a Japanese theme, so I want to give them some kind of samurai feel. So we're going to give them a hat and a sashimono. Sashimono is a banner that Japanese warriors and samurai used to wear in battle. The helmet comes from Shadows of Brimstone, Forbidden Fortress, Ninja Assassins. We're going to make these into helmets. So the first thing we need to do is paint this helmet. We'll paint the underside first. And we're going to use enchanted steel again, because we're going to make it like a helmet, not a hat. Like a and we'll let that dry real quick. Now that that's dry on the inside, we can attach it to the miniature. Now we got the hat on the miniature. We're We're gonna let it dry, and then we're gonna come back and paint it. Okay, we're back, and I forgot to turn the camera on, so I started to paint the hat with enchanted steel. Again, we're making these like helmets rather than hats. And we'll let that dry. At any stage we could be done, but I like to kick these up a notch, so we're gonna do these Sashimotos. Kind of to go with their fire theme. Okay, we're back. We're going to paint the poles using dark wood. The last thing we need to do is just to do the paint the rope that's holding the two sections together, and I like to use leather brown for that. Not leather brown, I'm sorry, hardened leather for that. And then let that dry, and then we'll attach it to the miniature. I think the best place to attach it is right back here. All right. And with that, the model is done. Well, there you have it. The Trederran Banshee Shock Troops painted with the Shintaro Core colors. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you soon with another video.